As I mentioned before, Power Query is not available for Excel 2010 or Excel 2013 as part of the package. So you have to download this Power Query as a add-in. It's a free add-in. It is readily available from Microsoft website. I have provided links to download this Power Query add-in for Excel 2010 and Excel 2013 in the previous lecture, where I'm explaining what is Power Query and giving references. For Excel 2016, as I mentioned, it is part of the data ribbon in the Get and Transform section. But since we are in Excel 2010, I'll be having a separate tab, as you can see here. So to start our exercise, first let's create an additional sheet. I will just name it to pp_table. This is where we will be preparing our table, from which we'll be preparing a pivot table summary. Now in this sheet, we'll go to Power Query. We'll go to File, from Folder. This is important. You have to select folder, not directly Excel file. So basically I'm copying the folder path where this particular Excel workbook, which is called prepayment model walkthrough file, has been saved. So we have to find the location, we have to copy it here in this folder path. We have to click OK. We have to click Edit. Now this is the Power Query window. These are the steps. Whatever we do here, any manipulation, it will be recorded here. So basically it will be a sequential macro. Now we have pulled data from folder. So whatever is there in the folder will be populated here, different files. So of course we have the main file from where we are working, but there is also one more file which is like this. This is nothing but a dummy file which Windows open when you working with the file itself. So currently we are in this file, that's why this file is open. So we can filter that out by clicking this arrow and unselecting it. Now our main data lies in this particular column called content, this binary. So we don't need other columns. We have to right click and remove other column. Now you see here the steps are being recorded. Whatever you do will be recorded here as a sequential steps, and you can also call it sequential macro. Now since the source of this particular content is Excel file, and currently Power Query does not support pulling data directly from Excel files, which is quite strange. If it could have been a CSV file, we could have been just able to expand it. But since it's an Excel table, we have to do a workaround. Now to do that, we have to go to Add Column, add a custom column, and we have to write a formula which is called Excel.workbook. The formulas in Power Query are case sensitive. So E should be capitalized and W should be capitalized in workbook. Now we'll be selecting this content, we'll be closing the parentheses. And since there is no syntax error, we are fine with the formula. We have to click OK. And now you can see there is one table has been prepared, and you can see data here. Earlier when we click this binary, right beside the binary, we see only the sheet itself, which is not useful, but this seems useful. Now we don't need this content column, so we can remove it. Now you can see this double-headed arrow. We can click it and expand the data. We don't want to use original columns as a prefix, so we'll just untick that and click OK. Now you can see all the details in the file, all the different sheets which are there in the file has been listed here. The most important column here is this data column, where you can see table. So if I just click right beside this table word, you see individual tables. So if I see prepaid visa, you can see prepaid visa details. And we don't need these three columns. We can remove that. Now we don't need all these sheets. We don't need data from all these sheets, right? We only need data from prepaid. So wherever the word prepaid is there, prepaid and space, we want those sheets data. While other sheets, control panel, validation and calendar, we don't need that. So we can filter them out. So to do that, we have to right click here, go to text filter, contains prepaid and space. Click OK. Now you can see only prepayment sheets are available. So that means whenever you create a new sheet, you have to make sure you have a prefix of prepaid and space, and then the individual name of your prepayment GL or a prepayment expense name. Now we don't need this particular column, so we can remove it. Now you see again this double-headed arrow, right? So we have to click that. We have to click load more. And of course we don't want to tick this. Click OK.